Hi, it's Christy at the Burgundy Basket. Today's tutorial is on my butter beanie, and I'm calling it the butter beanie because what I've used on all of these is this Buttercream Alpaca by Luxcraft. I purchased this at Joann's, at my local Joann's, but you might be able to find this online or at your local store. And this is a nice, soft number 6 yarn. It definitely works up like a number 6 yarn. It's a bulky yarn. Number 6. You can substitute any number 6 yarn, but just remember if you're using something different than buttercream, just check your sizes. It may work up just a little bit different for you. For the buttercream yarn, I'm using my, try to see if I can get this to focus for you. It's not going to focus very well, but I'm using my N size hook. That's my 10mm hook. For this throughout the whole beanie. You also may want to have your scissors handy and a tape measure to measure. And if you're going to attach a pom-pom, like I've attached a pom-pom, I use a button to sew on the inside so you can attach your pom-pom and remove it for washing. Your pom-poms, if you're using them, might be a little bit different. So definitely have your yarn needle and a little strand of yarn as well. And this beanie tutorial will be how to make this, what I'm calling my butter beanie. And you can see that this Luxe comes in a bunch of beautiful colors. And I'm also going to give a little shortcut on how to stop the beanie if you want and make a ponytail hat or a messy bun beanie. And if you're going to do a messy bun beanie or a ponytail hat, you're going to want to have maybe a ponytail holder for the very top of the beanie. And I'll show you how to adjust for that as well. So grab your yarn, grab your hook, and we'll get started. All right, here we go getting started on our butter beanie. So get your yarn attached to your hook. And for most of my beanies, I chained 6 at the start. You can chain less or more depending on how big you want your brim to be. So if you chain 6, we're going to be starting in that second chain right there from the hook with the half double crochet. And that's going to give you 5 stitches across your chain for your brim. This hat starts on the bottom and goes up to the top. So that's going to be half double crochet across, starting in that second chain from the hook. And this will be 5 half double crochet. So now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1 and turn, and that does not count as a stitch. And now for every row of the brim, it's going to be the same as this row here. You want to flip this up so that you can see the back loop only right there. So just chain through your back loop only for a half double crochet, yarn over, back loop only for a half double crochet, yarn over, back loop only, half double crochet, yarn over, back loop only, half double crochet. Now when I get to this last stitch, my personal preference for ribbing is when I yarn over, I go under both of these loops here at the end. I just think it looks nicer, and it doesn't affect your ribbing when you get done, but it definitely makes for a nicer edge. So chain 1 and turn, and you're going to repeat that row. Yarn over and half double crochet in each of the back loops all the way across. And when you're working in this back loop only all the way down until you get to the end, and then I go under both loops, you get this nice ribbed effect, which makes a really nice beanie bottom. So now repeat row 2. I repeat for 24 rows. 24 rows gives me 18 inches of length, and so I want you to work until you get 18 inches of length or so. Just a little bit more is fine. You don't want to have too much less than 18 inches because it might be a little tight because this is an adult size beanie. So just keep working your rows back and across until you get to have about an 18-inch length. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to get our 2 ends put together and start working in rounds. All right, here we are. So I've got my 18 inches of length, and for me that works up to be 24 rows. It might be working up a little bit different for you, so for an adult size beanie, just make sure that you have 18 inches. So now we're going to attach this together to make a hat bottom, a ring. So chain 1 and turn your work, and we're going to slip stitch the 2 ends together. So after you chain one and turn, go into that first there on the bottom and then back into this first one here at the top, or the two sides, I guess, and then slip stitch that together. And then go into your second stitch, and slip stitch, and then your third, and slip stitch, all the way down your two ends. Oh, that one, and 5. And after you do that, you want to chain up 1. And I like to, at this point, then flip this around so that that join where you had your slip stitches is on the inside. And we're going to be crocheting over this tail. I'm not even going to worry about weaving that in. I'm just going to crochet right over it. Now, you'll notice going around this band, you have a ridge where your 2 rows met. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you'll have those pairs of rows making your ribbing all the way across. And so for a half double crochet, you're going to be wanting to put 1 half double crochet in one side, and then 2 half double crochet in the other side, and then 1 half double crochet in one side, and then 2 half double crochet in the other side. Or you can reverse it and do 2, 1, 2, 1. So if you have 24 rows like I do, when you start, you could half double crochet or single crochet around this round. It's completely up to you. I'm going to do half double crochet. Half double crochet is going to be a little bit easier if you're going to do back loop only, or third loop crochet. We're going to do a third loop crochet on this beanie. So that's 1, and this is 2. And now I'm going to do 1 more half double crochet on this side of the ridge. See the ridge there? Now we're going to flip over to this next pair of stitches, this one and this one, where you have that ridge, and we're going to make 2 crochet on this side, or you could just do 1, 2 like I said. Do 2 half double crochet here, 2 half double crochet here, and then we're going to do 1 on this side of the ridge. Let's see how I'm working over that tail there, securing that down. So now I don't even have anything to weave in on this side. So that was the next pair. So this is the third pair where you've got that ridge. So I'm going to do 2 on this side. You can go into it as well, spread them out a little bit, and then 1. And then here's your next pair. So you're going to do 2 on one side and 1 on the other side all the way around your beanie. If you have 24 rows like I do, that's going to give you 36 half double crochet when you get back around, unless you're working in single crochet, then you'll have 36 single crochet. But if you've got more than 24 rows on your band, just adjust it. So you might have a couple more than me or a couple less, and that's fine. You just want to make sure that for your half double crochet or your single crochet round here, you've got 1 on one side and then 2 on the other side. And then when you get back around to the front, we're going to slip stitch to join and then continue working up that. All right, here I am back at the end. I've got my 36 half double crochets around, and here's my first stitch, and I'm just going to slip stitch back here to my first stitch to go to start our round 2. So slip stitch there and then chain up 1. Now for this round, we are going to be doing a half double crochet again, but we are going to be half double crocheting back in the back here in our third loop. So if you look really close back here, you've got, grab my needle to help you. You've got these third loops back here on the back side of your work, where you've got, this is your front loop, and then you've got your back loop, and then you've got a third loop down here, right there. So you've got a front loop and a back loop, and you've got a third loop back here. Front, back, and a third loop. And we're going to be half double crocheting under that third loop. That gives you a nice raised ridge that looks really cool. So let's just get started. So we're going to half double crochet, and that first one sometimes might be a little tricky because you've got your slip stitch down there. So this is 2 in that third loop only. So yarn over and crochet back there in that third loop, and then yarn over and crochet back in that third loop, and the yarn over and crochet back under that third loop. See, I'm just flipping it back so I can see the back side of it, and then yarn over and crochet into that third loop, and then yarn over and crochet under that third loop. And you can do that all the way around for all of your stitches. I have 36. You might have a little bit slightly different number than me. And see how it makes that nice fun ridge there? Now do that all the way around and I'll meet you back up for round 3. All right, here I am finished with row 2. And now I want to slip stitch back to that first half double crochet and chain up 1. And now we're ready to start round 3. And we're going to do round 3 just like we just did round 2. We're going to yarn over and we're going to fold this back and half double crochet into that back third loop there. Yarn over, half double crochet into that back third loop. Yarn over, half double crochet in that back third loop. And you want to keep doing this all the way around. If you find that you're fighting these stitches and they're not going really smooth like this, your tension may be really tight and you may want to go up a hook size. This should be relatively easy, so don't have too tight of a tension because this is a like a mohair type yarn and it can get a little snaggly. So just keep a nice loose tension and it should work up fairly easy. So you want to keep going all the way around for round 3, 4, and 5 the same way as we just did round 2. If you want to make a little bit slouchier fit hat, you can also add a couple rows here. Just when you get finished, try it on, see if it's slouchy enough for you. So my normal fit beanies, we're going to end at round 5 and start our decreases, but if you want to add round 6 and 7, go ahead and do that for a slouchy. And I'm going to meet you back up when I finish round 5 and we're going to start our decreases. All right, so I've just finished my round 5 and I've slip stitched to the beginning and I've chained up 1. And from my round 6, I'm going to do a single crochet through both loops all the way around because this is just a standard hat. But remember, if you were going to make a slouchy fit after round 5, you would maybe want to do another round or 2 of the half double crochet. And then what you want to do for the next round is you're going to do a single crochet through both loops all the way around. And you should be familiar with the single crochet if you're making a hat. For the single crochet, you're just going to insert your hook into your space, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both. Insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both. So for this round, you're just going to do a single crochet in each stitch all the way around, and for me, that's going to be 36 stitches on round 6. And I'll meet you up for round 7. All right, so I've just finished my round 6, and so it's now time for me to do round 7. And round 7, or at least the row after your first single crochet round, is going to be a decrease round. And I'm going to be working in the spiral on these last few rounds. I'm not going to be joining and chaining up like we did here. So for working in the spiral, I have just made my last stitch here on round 6. And so on round 7, which is also a single crochet round, we're going to be decreasing. I'm just going to go right into that first single crochet from my round before, and I am going to make a single crochet. I'm not going to slip stitch, I'm not going to chain up one, and that's going to keep me from having a seam for the rest of my hat. So that's 1, and this is 2, and this is 3, and this is 4, and now we're going to be doing a decrease. So invisible decrease is going to be going into that front loop only, pull up a loop, go into that next stitch, pull up a loop, and yarn through both. Because to go from 36 stitches down to 30 stitches, which is where we're going to be on round 7, you want to single crochet in 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do an invisible decrease. So insert under that front loop only, and then insert under the next one front loop only, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops. Now we're going to do 4 single crochet, and now we're going to do a decrease. Now we're going to do 4 single crochet, now we're going to do a decrease. Now we're going to do 4 single crochet. Now we're going to do an invisible decrease. And if you don't know how to do that invisible decrease, it really is a game changer. All right, 4 single crochet. Now we're going to do a decrease. Now I should be back around here to the beginning. So we're going to repeat this next round just like we did before, but we're going to be going from 30 single crochet around down to 24. And so what that means is you're going to do a single crochet for 3 stitches and then a decrease in the 4th and 5th stitch. So remember, I'm working in a continuous spiral, so I'm just going to go right into it. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, and now a decrease for 4. And we're going to go 5, 6, 7, and now a decrease on 8. Remember, because it's 3 single crochet and then a decrease. So this is 9, 10, 11, and now a decrease over 12. Oh gosh, I hope you don't hear my dog moaning in the background or snoring. So this is 13, 14, 15, and a decrease on 16, and 17, 18, 19, and a decrease on 20, and 21, 22, 23, and a decrease on 24. Uh-oh. Now we're going to keep on going. We're going to go from 24 to 18. So for 18, you're going to do 2 single crochet and then a decrease, 2 single crochet and then a decrease, 2 single crochet and then a decrease. So this is 9, 2 single crochet and then a decrease. That's 12, 2 single crochet and then a decrease. This is 15, 2 single crochet and then a decrease for 18. And now we're going to do one more row of decreases. We're going to go from 18 to 12. And to do that, it's a single crochet and then a decrease. Get under there. And then a single crochet and then a decrease. And then a single crochet and then a decrease. And when I say decrease, I'm doing all invisible decreases. So this is 6, and then a single crochet, and a decrease, a single crochet, and a decrease. So this will be 10, and a single crochet, and a decrease for 12. Okay, now this part right here is going to depend on whether you want to do a messy bun beanie or close this up and, you know, just secure it or secure it and add a pom-pom. So for a messy bun beanie, what I would do is I would stop right here and I would grab your ponytail holder and I would single crochet over your ponytail holder. You know what? I'm going to show you how to do that. Let me pause this video and I'm going to grab a ponytail holder. So I'll grab the ponytail holder. I'd like to buy those big giant packs of ponytail holders where you get one of every color to blend into your hats for beanie season. So for this round, we're going to pretend that we're going to make this beanie a messy bun beanie. So working in the continuous spiral still, I'm going to insert my hook into that next space and I'm going to put on my ponytail holder and I'm just going to crochet over that ponytail holder. And I'm going to do that all the way around in all 12 of my stitches. and you're just working over that ponytail holder just like you would be working over a yarn tail. So this is 4, and this is 5, and then we're going to do 6, just working over that ponytail, and then 7, and then 8. It gets kind of tight, you might have to stretch it out, and then 9, 10, and 11, and this is the last one. Sometimes I have to do an extra one to really hide that ponytail holder really good, see, because we're working in the spiral, and that's fine, you won't know it. Okay, so if this was going to be a messy bun beanie, what I would do now is I would finish this off. I would clip this with just a little bit of yarn tail, and I would sew this gap shut the way you normally sew your work shut, and then hide in that end. But I'm not going to be making this one. This particular beanie is not going to be a messy bun beanie. So let me undo all this. We're just going to finish this off like a regular beanie. So for that, I'm going to just do 12 single crochet all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now slip stitch in this next one, and I like to leave a little bit of a tail because we're going to be sewing this shut. You don't need very much, you know, maybe 8 or 10 inches, maybe a little more to make you confident. So now I'm going to grab my large needle that has that big nice eye on it where I don't have to worry about getting my reading glasses out, and yarn that on. And now we're just going to sew this circle up here. So we're going to weave in and out, sew in and out, all the way around. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Pull that, go in one more, and come back out, and then cinch that shut, just like that. Perfect. And now I'd like to secure it with a couple knots here at the top. This part's a little tricky sometimes because it's nice and thick. So go pull that up, and then do another one. Pull that up, secure, and I'll do one more. I usually do about 3. And then after I get that third one tied there, let's do one more little knot there to secure that. All right, and now I'm going to take this end here, and I'm going to go into the inside of my hat and pull that thread all the way through, and I'm just going to hide this end a little bit into my work. I like to secure the ends. I don't like to have a bunch of straggly ends. We should only have that one end to sew up. If you worked over that tail from the beginning, you shouldn't have any ends to weave in. So just weave that in and out in a couple different spots. Come back across. All right, that should be good right there. And then clip that off. All right, now with this next step, this is completely optional and up to you if you're going to be putting a pom-pom on your hat. So fold this down, and I like to find the center of my beanie so that I know what I'm doing on the inside. So I'm just going to find the top of my beanie up here, and I'm put this inside so I can see it. It'll be a little marker for me. All right, so now I'm going to turn it back to the inside, because my beanies are, I didn't grab one, hold on, let me grab my beanie, or my pom-pom. All right, so my pom-poms I order from Amazon. I get a big pack of them, and they're super fun. They're really sturdy. I really love these pom-poms, and they have this little loop. You can see, let me grab my little small hook. They have this little loop here on one end. See that little stretchy loop right there? It's like a ponytail holder almost, and that secures the pom-pom onto the hat. But I like to make it removable so that if people do want to wash this beanie, they can take off that pom-pom and wash it. And I always put those instructions on my beanies too with the pom-poms. Now I normally wouldn't be using this white yarn, but it's on my hook, and just for the sake of doing this video, I'm going to leave it on there. So this is the middle of my beanie, that top hole where I marked it, because you want to have your button, if you're using these type pom-poms, you want to have your button fairly close to that center, because that little stretchy loop is not very big. So I'm just going to sew my button on. This part is kind of up to you, however you like to sew. I just go up under a couple fibers on the inside because you won't be able to see this from the outside. All right, so pull that, and I'm going to make a little knot now here to hold that button on right there. All right, and this is cotton yarn, so this is nice and sturdy. So see, my button's all sewed on, nice and easy. Make one more loop just in case. All right, now I'm going to clip it, and I like to leave just a little bit of a tail on the inside. Nobody will ever see that. And now I'm going to put the pom-pom on. And it's really helpful to use your crochet hook for this part. So I'm going to grab that little end that I showed you earlier, that little ponytail kind of thing right there, and pull that all the way through. All right, and then see, they're not very big, so you want to make sure you don't have your button too far away from where you're going to be knotting that on. And then slide that all the way through your button. Boom, it's attached now. So now we've got our pom-pom on, and it's removable just in case somebody wants to take that off and wash it. And there you have it. You have your completed butter beanie. So just as a quick recap, you're going to chain 6, maybe 7, even 5 if you want a really short brim here. And you're going to half double crochet across, back loop only, to make your ribbing. And then you're going to do a round of either single crochets or half double crochets evenly around that rim. And then you're going to half double crochet in that very back third loop only for round 2, round 3. Well, this is going to be round 2. Let's see, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. 5 is here. And then you're going to do a single crochet round of your normal stitch count. So for me, that was 36. And then you're going to decrease each round until you get to 12. And then you're going to sew that shut in at your pom-pom if you're doing a pom-pom or making a messy bud beanie. But I hope that tutorial helps you a little bit. This is a super quick hat with that number 6 luxe yarn. This is the Buttercream yarn, number 6. This is a super quick beanie. Once you get the hang of these, you can probably make one of these in 30 minutes or less. Quick seller for craft shows maybe. Price them really quick, you know, for really cheap for quick work, depending on what you get your yarn cost at. So hope that helps, and thank you from the Burgundy Basket.